Funny enough, this is my final review in the year of 2024. It's been an interesting year for cinema in a good way and a bad way.
So go back to the club.
By the way, speaking of that, top 10 best and worst comes out next week. Totally guilty plug-in, but I do not care. Be on the lookout for it. Anyways, we're here to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And I'm here to say, thank God this is my final review of 2024 compared to Mufasa. Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails reunite against a powerful new adversary, Shadow, a mysterious villain with powers unlike anything they have faced before. With their abilities outmatched, Team Sonic must seek out an unlikely alliance. This movie is just flat out fun. The performances are fun, everything about this movie just screams fun. And we're here with the third installment in this franchise, and it knows exactly what it is and what it needs to do. And that's kind of why I've enjoyed this trilogy so far. Sure, if you're looking for airtight plot logic, you might stumble into a couple of moments that might make you go, hey, that actually doesn't make any sense. You built all of this whole mission to get this character over here, but now that character just simply did that, and wait, what? Yeah, that's gonna happen a couple of times, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I understand if you're upset, but this is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. If you have come to a point where you do not like these movies, I don't think you're going to like this third movie. Now, if you're like me, who's enjoyed the first two movies, I don't want to say loved, but enjoyed the first two and can look past some of the issues, you're gonna have a great time, buddy. So what am I trying to say? Who cares? Enjoy the film. It gives us exactly what we want, and it delivers mostly. Like Sonic reuniting with his team, Tails and Knuckles, and that's really the heart of this story, their bond, the friendship. And the benefit is the human side of things, where they wanted to explore that in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 with a really weird wedding arc that I was just not a fan of.
Never fall in love.
Nobody cares.
Thank God they realized, hey, we don't need to make this a 2-hour-long movie, and we don't need to spend as much time with the humans as we did in the last one. What we get instead is more time with Sonic and his friends. We get more time with Shadow. We get even more time with, I know I said humans, but at least with the humans that we actually want to see on screen, and that's Jim Carrey, who is spectacular, not just as one Eggman. Nah, he gets to play his grandfather as well. Jim Carrey plays double duty, playing two versions of his iconic villain, and he's wilder than ever. This guy doesn't believe in boundaries. There's no limits to what he can do, and when you go to a sequence where they're literally talking about the most random things ever to come across someone's mind, to then a dance-off sequence where they are trying to get through a hallway filled with lasers. Yes, there is a dance sequence in that type of environment. I don't believe anyone else could have pulled off the scene as much as Jim Carrey could have, and he is 10 out of 10 in that moment. Carrey leans fully into the chaos, and it's hilarious. If you loved him the first two movies, this is peak Eggman. And for some other people, it's gonna be a little bit over the top, and it won't work for them. For me, it completely did. In this story, the stakes are higher, with Sonic squaring off against Shadow, the ultimate tortured anti-hero on a revenge mission. And who better to voice a character like Shadow than Keanu Reeves? He's brooding, intense, and everything that you'd want for a live-action debut of Shadow. And speaking of Shadow, we get, without a doubt, the best opening sequence to the Sonic films so far. Director Jeff Fowler wastes no time throwing us into the action, and it pays off with some of the most epic duels we've seen from Sonic and his team. The pacing feels tighter, and there's more of a narrow focus on what the objective is for this plot. Now we gotta talk about the leading hedgehog, Sonic, voiced by Ben Schwartz, who is a comedic genius. Everything that he says and does, Jean-Ralphio, we all praise you. He's just amazing. His on-screen chemistry with his team is really what sells this movie. The camaraderie and friendship between these characters is the emotional core of the franchise. And it's refreshing to see a movie that is presented in a way, and when I say simple, I don't mean dumb, I truly just mean simple. They give you themes like trust your heart, make the right decisions. You see all of it right there. It's a bit elementary at times, but I'm having a great time seeing Sonic and Shadow, Knuckles, Tails, Jim Carrey going crazy, having a dance-off with his grandpa. I'm gonna be okay with some themes being a little bit tongue-in-cheek. It's silly, it's heartfelt, and has jokes for everyone. Kids will understand simple jokes, but later on as adults, like us right now, you'll see some subtle gags that are thrown in there that will genuinely put a grin on your face if you are in that older range. Surprisingly, what stood out to me in this film was how they treated Shadow. For a franchise built on fun and chaos, really chaotic, thanks to Jim Carrey, Fowler and the writers found a way to make Shadow's arc kind of emotionally compelling at times. Without diving into spoilers, Reeves brings a real gravitas to the character, and Shadow's motivations are fleshed out in a way that adds real weight to the story. Now, I'm not saying it left me in a puddle of tears. It just did its job, and it did it well enough to the point where I actually felt invested into this character. At the end of the day, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is just a good time. Now, when I say this, I respect everyone's opinion. Film is subjective, but if you are watching this movie willingly, I'm saying willingly, you are in the third movie in this franchise and you're still complaining and you're still saying this is just a bad franchise, I think you're missing the whole point of these movies. These films are all about fun, friendship, and kind of chaotic nonsense. And that's exactly why they work. Sit back, let it take you for a ride, and enjoy the spectacle. 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. It really means a lot. Let me know down in the comment section below which one is your favorite Sonic movie. Are you even excited for Sonic the Hedgehog 3? I might even go see it again for a second time. Yes, it's that good. And stick around for the post-credit scene. Please do. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but most importantly, do not forget to be blessed.